Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 37 of Putty's podcast. I am your host at Michael J. Putty. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. So let's get right to it. Just got home from watching Toy Story 5. I think I mentioned it last week. Toy Story is probably my favorite Disney movie, if not franchise. I can't think of another Disney franchise outside the Mighty Ducks. And the previous one I saw alone, which was very uncomfortable. So a good friend of mine agreed to see Toy Story 5 with me. Before the show, we went out to dinner. Bear Burger. I believe I ate at Bear Burger once after a Comic Con one year. And it was really good. If you've never been to Bear Burger, definitely check it out. I was actually surprised to see on the menu elk. I did not even know elk was an option for burgerization, if that's a word. The first time I went years ago, I still was pretty kind of a picky eater. The last several years, I'm trying to get away from that and expand my horizons. I thought about it today, thought about getting the elk burger, but I'm like, I went with the classic burger. Like in December, I told a story. I went to Dunkin' Donuts because they had this new bacon jam sandwich. But since then, I have not seen Dunkin' Donuts with that bacon jam sandwich anymore. I guess it was a limited item. Maybe a holiday item. I don't know, but it was limited. I'm looking at this Bear Burger menu and build your own burger. And one of those options was bacon jam. Putty was locked in on that. So I got a beef burger with American cheese, bacon jam, and barbecue sauce. Thought about adding bacon to it, but I thought that might have been too much. And man, oh man, it was delicious. I don't know if you're like me or maybe I'm just weird, but sometimes you want to eat something messy, and this was definitely messy. Every time I took a bite, I needed to grab a new napkin to wipe my mouth and hands because there's just so much liquid on my face. You had the bacon jam, the melted cheese, the juices from the burger, and the barbecue sauce. This burger was just melting in liquids. It was phenomenal. Bear Burger is where it's at. Check them out. Not a paid sponsor, just doing it for the love of the game. But Toy Story 5 was pretty awesome. I was surprised they made another one after the way the fourth one ended, but I was also surprised they made a fourth one after the third one had ended. But they had announced they were going to attack screens and how kids are very addicted to screens. I was like, oh, this should be interesting. Then my man Conan O'Brien got attached to this project. I'm like, all right, if Conan's involved, this has got to be awesome. And it was awesome. They did a very, very good job. There was a scene where the toys had to run through a house to catch a truck. No spoilers there. But nobody was disturbed because they made a point to see that every human in that house was focused on a screen, a computer screen, TV screen, phone, tablet. So all these toys running through this house, nobody minded because nobody was focused. That is a really good job. It also perfectly described cyberbullying for little kids in such a nuanced way. Well done. Toy Story 5 out now in a theater near you. Check it out. Prior to that, I had mentioned last week I was going for my annual procedures, my annual colonoscopy and endoscopy. I'm high risk for colon cancer. I had a cancerous growth in my esophagus, so both need to be monitored on an annual basis. And it really sucks to prepare for it. You can't eat anything, you can't drink anything you want. The day before, you have to only drink clear liquids. Surprisingly, this year wasn't too bad, but I thought getting an early appointment would make it better. Usually I get late mornings, early afternoons, but this time I got a 9 o'clock appointment for 9:30 procedure, forgetting that you have to prep 5 hours ahead of time, which meant I had to wake up at 3:45 to make sure I'm awake and alert to start at 4 o'clock. And I didn't get to bed till after midnight because the night before prep wasn't done, but everything went super well. Everything looked crystal clear, no signs of anything bad. But again, it's not the most comfortable thing to address, it's not the most comfortable thing to go through, but definitely, definitely it's worth it for peace of mind. That's how they call it that cancerous growth in my esophagus on a random endoscopy. So when your time comes, definitely do it. And it is the greatest nap you'll ever get. I've told many people this who are going for the first time. and they thought I was joking. But when all was said and done, they agreed. Greatest nap. Last Saturday, I mentioned I was going to a friend's house to watch the Colombia versus Portugal World Cup soccer game. I got there either right before halftime started or right before halftime ended. I don't remember, but my plan was to walk in and make a joke. Let me guess, the score is 0-0. But I did not get the chance to because when I walked in, the score was 0-0. I was in a house of people I barely knew, some people I met maybe once before, a lot of people I'd never met before. So going back to last week, me mentioning my social anxiety shot up. Thankfully, there was one friend there I talked to who also did not care about soccer, and we were able to talk and catch up with him. The food was delicious. I pigged out, great selection of food. And it was weird because I noticed a lot of, if not all of, the couples that were there all were about the same height. Like if the woman wore heels, they would be eye to eye. That's fucking awesome. I think that's why I'm so focused on finding me a tall woman because I just want to see someone I can see eye to eye with. I feel couples that are similar in height are more aesthetically pleasing. The hosts of the party, I did not get too much time to interact with because they were hosting, obviously. So my friend texted me the next day saying she apologized that we did not get a chance to catch up or talk too much. But then she also texted me that she's off for the summer. They have all summer to host barbecues. She has a couple of friends she wants me to meet. She thinks we would hit it off. All right, let's see where this goes. I believe I burned through all her friends back in my 30s, none of which worked out. So I'm trying to be more optimistic here. Probably nothing will happen from this, but I need to get out of this Eeyore esque mentality I've been having most of my adult life. And hey, let's go with the flow. A new Michael J. Putty. So when I get home that Saturday, I pour myself a drink because I hate driving. It helps me de stress. And on Instagram, I see that last Saturday was Alan Jackson's retirement concert. And I had remembered I had entered a contest to win tickets to this. I guess I lost. But Alan Jackson is one of my favorite artists of all time. He is one of the first country artists I remember finding on my own. My love of country music came from my father, and Garth Brooks is my favorite because of my father. I would steal his cassettes, I would steal his CDs, and listen to whatever he had handy. But Alan Jackson, Toby Keith, and Tim McGraw, the three guys I found on my own, asked for CDs of them on my own, CDs of which my father asked me to borrow, and Alan Jackson's library is just amazing. And he has this one song called Remember When. Check it out. Years ago, a good friend of mine was seeing this girl, and her best friend lived in Florida, but she would come up for the summers. Beautiful woman, didn't think too much of it for a while. And then at one party, we just kind of locked eyes and kissed. So for the next 2 weeks she was up here, we would hang out. And one of our bonds was country music. So one night we were hanging out and we had time to kill. And I ended up going back home, picking up my CD player. I had just gotten Alan Jackson's greatest hits. So we drive to this movie theater parking lot. I don't think we even watched a movie. I think we we're just hanging out in the parking lot listening to this CD. And for some reason, whenever I hear that song, Remember When, I think of her in that moment in the parking lot of the movie theater. This woman still lives in Florida, happily married, beautiful kids. I've not talked to her in ages. I don't remember the last time I spoke to her. I know we exchanged a couple of Instagram messages years ago, but that was it. So I'm feeling nice after that drink, feeling moved by watching all these clips from this concert. So I send her a reel of him singing this song. And I write a message saying, I'm pretty sure you don't remember this. And I recap everything I just told you. But every time I hear the song, I think of you. Hope is well with you and your family. The next morning, I see a notification that she had replied. I'm like, oh no. Super embarrassed. My stomach just dropped. Like, what the fuck did I do? I was very hesitant to open it. I waited like hours to open it. Finally, I read it. She hearted that message, wrote back, oh, of course I remember. Hope all is well with you too. And not for nothing, it kind of made me feel good that this special moment I've been holding on to for 20 something years wasn't one sided. I gotta stop being so negative. Circling back, I just checked that message. Well, when I was getting ready for those procedures, I had to put my clothes into a bag. When I was doing that, I made the smart move, like I always do, put my phone in my pocket. But for some random reason, I had put it in my back pocket. So when I pick up my pants to fold them over, my phone falls screen first on the floor. Of course it does. I pick the phone up. The screen is shattered. I'll deal with that when I get home. Come home, get something much deservedly to eat, take a little nap. Now I'm trying to pry this screen protector off my phone, and it's not coming off. I had just done this a couple of months ago, where I forgot my phone was on my lap when I was in the car. When I got up, the phone landed screen first. It always fucking lands screen first. Screen was shattered. Easy to take off, easy to put a new one back on. But I guess I never put a new one back on because I can't take the screen protector off. And I don't think it's a screen protector. I think it's the actual screen. So FML. Now I got to go to a place to get the screen repaired. The phone was in October, so it's only like 10 months old. I doubt it's still under warranty. And if it is, I doubt this is something the warranty covers. So I know of two places that I've been to in the past, one for my phone, one for my computers who also do phones. I'm hoping it's a quick, easy fix. I'm hoping it's a quick, easy, relatively cheap fix. It's just the screen. Nothing else is wrong with the phone. But PSA, make sure you put those screen protectors on your phone, ladies and gentlemen. I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I went back to the dentist after a 9-year hiatus. And although my teeth are good, my gums need some work. So they told me they will go through my insurance, let me know how much the insurance is going to cover these procedures, and get back to me. Again, this is the first time I'm dealing with this with dental insurance. They come back to me the other day. The insurance is covering it 100%. I just have to cover the copay. So this woman is not letting me get off the phone without scheduling my two appointments. Can't wait. Again, I said it last time. I can't wait. It's weird to say that, but this is another step to not only my physical health, but rebuilding some sort of self esteem and self confidence again. Because my mouth and gums have been a source of my insecurities and my breath. I'm always worried about my breath. So, fuck yeah, let's do this. I have an appointment on Wednesday and then the following Monday. Don't know how long it's going to take. Don't know what the process is, what they're even going to fucking do. But I know this is what needs to get done. And thank God it's covered 100%. I can't imagine what it's going to cost out of pocket. 9 years ago, I was told an estimate of $7,000, but he would give me a discount. I think that discount was 4,000. But why do eyes and teeth have their own insurance? Why are they not covered under the overall health insurance? Why do dental and vision need their own insurance plans? I don't understand that. New York City is facing an extreme heat wave the last couple days, which I hate because I'm always paranoid about losing power. And for the last 2 years, my kitchen and bathroom light are very dim at certain points of the day. And I think it's because my annoying upstairs neighbors are using a lot of fucking power. Well, Thursday night, my bathroom, bedroom, and kitchen light were barely even on. It was like a flickering of a candle. I have 5 lights in my house. My main light by my front door and my living room lamp were full power. But it's weird how these 3 lights were so low power. And even today, they were still severely low powered. It's very hard to shave and take a shower with your flashlight light on your phone illuminating the room. But thankfully, by the time I got back tonight after the movie, all of those 3 lights are fully powered. Knock on wood. The news said there was a power outage somewhere in Queens, a couple actually. So I'm assuming they just diverted electrical power to cover that. I'm hoping this is over, or at least until the next heat wave hits us. I randomly got an ad on Instagram for a singles mixer at Citi Field on July 11th against the Boston Red Sox. I'm like, oh, this should be cool. Two of my close single friends are Mets fans. Let's go. You get to mingle at a private event before the game, You get to go onto the field for photo ops, not just the warning track, but the infield, which was specified in the description for some reason. I'd never been on the warning track. I still assume that's still cool, but they specified the infield. I guess that's rarefied air for civilians. The cost is $200. My friends balked at that, but I'm not sure about the price itself. But it depends on where the seats are during the game, what you get included before the game at this Mingles event, and photo op on the field. It seems pretty enticing. So I am still thinking about it. But again, I've been to a singles mixer by myself and it was very uncomfortable and don't think I want to do that again by myself. If they wanted to go, I'd definitely go. Still something I'm thinking about. So I'll let you know next week. And my lights just flickered. So let's quickly wrap things up here. After the Knicks won their first NBA championship in 53 years, of course, the city broke out in chaos, especially for one taxi driver, Bitat Narendine. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I'm not. BitatNoureddine. He was the one the guys were standing on top of the cab, destroying his windshield. He was dragged from the cab, actually, assaulted, and even further vandalized his taxi, causing extensive damage. The video of the incident went viral, attracting millions of views, including French Montana. After seeing the footage, he partnered with influencer Zachary Doronowski and the New York Taxi Workers Alliance to launch a fundraiser to help him recover from the incident. The crowdfunding campaign quickly surpassed its goal of 75,000 from over 2,000 donors. The money is intended to not only help replace the damages to his cab, but help support him and his family as he rebuilds his livelihood from this traumatic event. So while the celebration led to an unfortunate event, the story became one of community, generosity, and like thousands of people coming together to help this unknown guy get back on his feet. And as of July 3rd, the balance is $77,693 across 2,100 donors. And I looked, most of these donors are 20 something, $5, 10 something, 50 here and there. So I hit highest amount and it was 1,004 times and then a couple of 500s. That's still not a lot, equals 77,000. So God bless everybody who donated what they could. Somebody donated $11. A lot of people just donated 5. That shit adds up. I don't know how long it takes to replace a cab. I don't know how long it takes a cab driver to get back on his feet. But I hope this helps because New Yorkers fucked up here and we should be held accountable. So best of luck to Bitat Norendine. If you want to donate, just Google New York City cab driver GoFundMe or Bitat Norendine, Noureddine GoFundMe if you want to donate. I just did $5 for shits and giggles. Hope it helps. You ever get so attached to a show that you don't want it to end? Hulu puts out all the episodes of The Bear per season. I loved The Bear. It's not a show if you want to kick back, relax, and just unwind. It's very intense, very high energy, rapid cuts, loud yelling, but the heart is still there. And I am up to the series finale, and I am going to watch it probably tomorrow, but I don't want it to end. So I might hold off as long as I could, which makes no sense because the show's over and I want to see how it ends, even though it seems like I know how it's going to end. You can be surprised. But if you're watching The Bear, let me know how you felt about the finale at Michael J. Putty on Instagram, at Putty's Podcast on Instagram, Putty's Podcast at gmail.com, or dial it up 917-718-2MJP. Let me know your thoughts. For the second week in a row, I was brought back onto AJ Pan's podcast, On the Rocks, with AJ Pan, exclusively on Spotify. In that episode, he interviews independent referee Steve Domingue. For those of you who are in the know on the indie wrestling scene here in the tri-state area, definitely worth a listen. And speaking of AJ Penn, he is a huge Swiftie, and he's not ashamed of it. He loves Taylor Swift. He loves everything about Taylor Swift. He is a huge, bona fide Swiftie. So I would be remiss if I did not end this show acknowledging the fact that she got married today. A huge congratulations to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Looking forward to whoever got the rights to those pictures. From what you're hearing about how they transformed Madison Square Garden, I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations to them. I am not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I don't hate her. I know she has a lot of haters for whatever reason. And all right, haters gonna hate, but I never heard her do anything bad. I know she donates a lot to charity. I know her and Travis donated what I thought was a couple of 100,000, but before I came out here tonight, I think it was 26 million to charities. So good for them. I don't know why anybody wants to shat on this, but congratulations. I hope this is it. I hope this is long lasting. I hope they both found their forever person because finding love is not easy, especially sustainable love. Congratulations to the happy couple. Let me raise my glass, paraphrase Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld. Cheers to those who wish you well, and to those who don't, can go to hell. Congratulations. And I actually looked into hosting my fraternity formal in Madison Square Garden one year. And I was just thinking pipe dreams. I think I also looked into the Museum of Natural History because they were doing events under the big hanging whale. Of course, both are super expensive. I actually don't think MSG even got back to me because our party was so small. I was very surprised to see Adam Sandler officiated the ceremony. Dinner was taking a long time to come out tonight. So I pulled out my phone because I'm not one of those who checks my phone constantly at dinner with somebody because that's rude. But I got the notification that Adam Sandler was the officiant of this wedding. And I don't know how the hell that came together, but that's fucking awesome. I heard he sang them a song. What are the odds? I don't know any ties either one of them have to Adam Sandler, but good on you, as they say somewhere. Australia, I believe. I am an ordained officiant. I would have been a lot cheaper. So I guess I missed that invite, but cheers to the happy couple. God bless them. And after that toast, my drink is empty. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hope you had a happy and healthy, safe one. So until next time, I've been your host at Michael J. Putty. Putty out.